back to Oshkosh today. Thanks again for joining us. Now I'm joined by our fourth finalist for the Student Athlete of the Year Scholarship Competition put on by the Friends of OCM. She's here to tell us a little bit more about herself and why she deserves one of the two $1,000 scholarships that we'll be giving out at the end of the school year. So I'd like to introduce Cecily Vandenhouten from Lourdes Academy, and you are accompanied by your coach here, Coach Paul Brown, coach of cross country and track and field. So also a busy guy.
Busy, yeah. Not as busy as she is.
No, yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. And we'll talk about that. So first of all, Cecily, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It's
great to finally meet you. Maybe you can tell us just a little bit about yourself. What sports are you involved in at Lourdes Academy?
Well, I am in cross country and track. Freshman year I swam. I have swam forever. But unfortunately I was conflicted between choosing cross country and track, so I tried cross country and swimming. So I tried one freshman year, tried the other sophomore year, and just stuck with cross country since then.
Wonderful.
And track, it was my friends got me into running, so.
Oh, great. So for track and field, what kind of things? Are you running in track too, or are you doing other things as well?
Yes, I'm running in track.
So you're doing a lot of running throughout the year.
Yes.
Well, that's great. And you have your coach here with you, Coach Brown. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what it's like working with Cecily on a regular
absolutely.
basis.
It's a total joy. She makes my job that much easier. She's honestly like having another coach on the team, which whatever I need done, she's my go-to girl, whether it's setting up stuff in the summer for me or designing something for the team, or if I need her to do something at practice because I'm going to be a little late, whatever it is, there's a whole host of things that she takes care of, and I know that I don't have to worry about it. It's like having another coach, and then she's a great teammate to all of our teammates. Really the classic example of what we're looking for in just being a great athlete, a great student athlete, and a contributing member of society. I mean, she's perfect in all the categories for her.
Yes. Well, only great things to say about you, Cecily. And, that just goes to show in your essay, you had kind of described a little bit about what he's saying, taking a little bit of a leadership role. You had said that you were an alternate on your cross-country team. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more background on that and why, what you had learned through that experience.
Well, for the state cross-country meet, there are 7 runners and then an 8th alternate runner. And at the beginning of the season, I had been within the top 7. I was injured before the season started, so I was a little nervous about that. But as the season went on, I stayed fairly solid in my performances, but unfortunately, by the time conference meet came around, I was that 8th runner. So that was definitely a bit difficult having to accept that, but it was exciting because my team did make it to state. We ended up winning. So that was really cool just to be able to be with them, and I could still practice. I could still run. That was the main thing that was exciting. Excuse me for me.
So just kind of staying involved with your team and kind of being that person to keep pushing them, just because you are not in those 7 runners. I know this, I'm quoting your essay here, but that doesn't mean that your season's over. So it's kind of refreshing to hear something like that. You also mentioned in your essay that you are not afraid to disagree with some of your teachers, and I found that kind of fascinating. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Sometimes, well, I mean, obviously teachers have opinions, they're humans as well, and so occasionally they'll state that they have an opinion on something, and if I disagree, I will let them know, and we'll have a nice little, not debate, but we'll definitely have a discussion, and sometimes other kids in the class will join. Sometimes if we're getting too excited about it, we'll have to take it outside of class. But it's really great to get to see like other sides of teachers and get to know them and, I don't know, different viewpoints on things.
Definitely, kind of keeping an open mind too.
Yeah.
Very cool. And doing the cross country and track, that's not the only thing you do. You're also involved in some things outside of that. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
One thing that was really big that just finished up, the musical.
Yes.
That was this past weekend. That's what this is from. Sorry.
Okay.
My throat froze. But that was really exciting. I got to be one of the lead roles this year, along with some of my friends. And
you had quite the costume there too. With
cool
hat.
Yes.
So, what exactly was your role in the play?
I was the very overbearing, powerful mother.
Very fun.
I did not want my son to get married. I did not think anybody was good enough for him.
Oh my gosh. Well, I know being in a musical is a huge commitment, as well as being in any sport, let alone 2 sports throughout the year. So how do you kind of handle it all and make sure that you're giving each thing enough time?
Well, luckily they all tend to fall into different time periods. Musical and track overlapped a little bit, but it just time management, because you got to fit that in with studies as well.
Definitely.
So anytime I'm not on stage, I'm either doing homework or catching up on other little things. Before school, I'll get my run in, and then after school is musical, and if I didn't get a chance to go beforehand, I'll go after, which can get late, but...
So just kind of trying to stay on top of it at all times,
Yeah.
really. We got about a minute left. Any kind of plans after high school that you got?
Well, I do know where I'm going to college. I'm going to Benedictine College, which is in Kansas,
Oh
so
my
far
gosh.
away.
Wow.
That's exciting.
Are you going to continue your sports career as you go into
Unfortunately, I will not. I met with the coach while we were down there, and his coaching philosophy doesn't really match with my abilities as a runner. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do that. But there are many other things on campus I can get involved in.
Oh my gosh, endless opportunities.
Oh, yes.
And Coach Brown, what do you see in Cecily's future as she continues on?
Anything she wants, really. I mean, I tell a lot of my student athletes a lot of time, life's only going to get more difficult when you get older. More stress is in your life, and for Cecily, that's not true. She's already there. I don't know how she handles it all. It's just really an inspiration and amazing.
Well, I'm inspired just talking to you for this 5 minutes. I could continue on for about an hour. I'm sure you've got lots of other things that we could talk about. But thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time today to better get to know you. I've got a certificate here for being one of our 6 finalists. Congratulations. And thank you so much for coming in today and interviewing with us. And, best of luck with everything in your future as well.
Thank you.
And thank you,
so
Coach
much,
Brown,
yeah.
for coming in.
Congrats.